It's a pleasure bringing you this program today, a program Security Watch Africa, only on the Africa Independent Television, AIT. This is your program Security Watch Africa. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Today we'll be looking at a number of issues, particularly the Nigerian Army Day celebration 2026 that took place. But also I want to say that one of those who have shown passionate love for Security Watch Africa, a young man, Hai Adamu, Q, died during the week. It's been a very traumatic period for us that are close to him, because this was a man, a young man that is doing so well. But may his soul rest in peace. Yes, we'll be starting today's program on a. Also, again, want to congratulate the Armed Forces of Nigeria and all the security forces for the safe rescue of the children adopted in Orire local government area of your state. It's something of gladness that these children have been returned to their families. We believe that security agencies have done what they should. No Nigerian should be left in the hands of these bandits or terrorists or whatever, kidnappers, whatever they are. We believe that our armed forces, they are capable and they can do it. All they need is the support from we all. Every Nigerian must support the security agencies to do the needful at all times. Yes, the Africa Security Watch Conference and Awards is coming up this month of July. Already everywhere is set in the Gambia to receive Africans who will be coming to look at the issues of security. Today, security is a global discussion, because what affects another country affects the other, and there is need for a collective responsibility when it comes in terms of security. So we'll be heading to the Gambia to look at how best to take care of African security.
It's here. The 19th edition of the Africa Security Watch Conference. This year's theme is Dimensional Shift in Geopolitics of Africa, its implications to security and development. From July 21st to 23rd at the iconic Sir Dawuda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center, Banjul, the Gambia, Africans, security professionals, policymakers, and lovers of peace and security will converge to discuss the continent's most pressing security and safety challenges. The special guest of honor is His Excellency Adama Barrow, GMRG, President of the Republic of the Gambia. Lead speakers are His Excellency Dr. Peter Mba, Governor of Enugu State, Nigeria; General Christopher Gwabin Musa, Minister of Defense, Nigeria; Captain Mark Blaine, retired, South African Navy, South Africa; Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, Chief of Army Staff, Nigeria; Professor Theodorus Potgieter, South Africa; and IGP Olatunji Disu, Inspector General of Police, Nigeria. Chief host and host are Honorable Abduli Sanyang, Minister of Interior, the Gambia, and Honorable Babukar Usmaina Juf, Minister of Defense, the Gambia. Be part of the solution to Africa's security challenges. Join us in the Gambia Africa Security Watch Conference, providing solutions to insecurity in Africa.
Activities marking the 163 Nigerian Army Day celebration, NATSEL 2026, a week-long program highlighting the Nigerian Army's enduring commitment, sacrifices, and contributions to national security, have continued in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, following earlier engagements in Abuja. The celebration provides an opportunity to reflect on the Army's journey while reaffirming its readiness to confront emerging security challenges. The week-long activities, which commenced with a media briefing, featured the NATSEL lecture themed Protecting the Nation and Serving the People, a way forward for the Nigerian Army. Welcoming guests and participants to the lecture, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, reiterated the Nigerian Army's commitment to defending Nigerian sovereignty.
Amidst these security challenges, the Nigerian Army continues to demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and dedication to duty. Our soldiers stand as a testament to our courage and selfless service, often making great sacrifices to preserve the unity and the sovereignty of our dear nation.
He also emphasized the importance of the soldier-first culture philosophy.
Also very critical, the combat readiness of our army is the man behind the equipment. Hence, the soldier-first culture philosophy, which I'm passionate about, is our enduring foundation.
The lecture, delivered by the former Chief of Army Staff and Defense Chief, General Martin Luther Agwe retired, highlighted the need to strengthen Nigeria's national security framework. The special guest of honor, His Royal Majesty Major General Felix Mujapero retired, described the Nigerian Army as a central pillar in maintaining peace, stability, and national development.
As we celebrate Nigeria Day celebration of 2026, let us honor the bravery of those who have served and those who continue to serve. Let us commit ourselves to building a nation where security is not a privilege, but a guarantee, where every citizen feels protected, and where our armed forces stand as a symbol of unity, discipline, and national pride.
On the sidelines of the event, the Chief of Army Staff presented cash prizes to winners of various academic and creative competitions aimed at promoting patriotism, innovation, and youth engagement in national development. As part of activities, a media chat was also held with media executives. The Chief of Army Staff answered questions on improved equipment modernization.
I know personally that as the theater commander at that time in the Northeast, you spearheaded the use of the UAVs and the drones. Tell us how has the logistics and the equipment modernization assisted in the successes recorded by the Nigerian Army currently?
Effective logistics is one of the cornerstones for successful military operations. And in terms of logistics, the Army have acquired several combat enablers that add value to the operations we have conducted. Now, these equipments range from armored personnel carriers, mine-resistant vehicles, and different surveillance unarmed UAVs. These are UAVs, we have both the surveillance UAVs and the ones that have strike capabilities to conduct. In preparing our officers for this, we have sent them to various countries for proper training so that they can be proficient in the use of these equipments. Now, for modern platforms, modernization of our platforms, the Nigerian Army Aviation is one arm that we have given impetus to in the discharge of its responsibilities. The Nigerian Army Aviations, they increase our reach, our response in critical times. So we have given impetus to this, training our pilots both in South Africa, Enugu, and Zaria. Those are the College of Aviations that we sent our personnel to, so that we'll have that ready pool of officers, pilots that can really man these equipment we are bringing.
The day rounded up with a gala night in honor of veterans and serving personnel, where the Chief of Army Staff paid tribute to fallen heroes. The celebration climaxed on July 6 with a colorful grand finale held at the Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, which brought together the Governor of Rivers State, the Minister of Defense, senior government officials, serving and former service chiefs, retired senior military officers, traditional rulers, members of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, and other dignitaries who gathered to commemorate the 163 Nigerian Army Day celebration. The special guest of honor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, described the Nigerian Army as a critical pillar of Nigerian security architecture.
Across the arc of our history, the Nigerian soldiers stood while the nation was most vulnerable and held the line so that ordinary life might continue undisturbed. In markets and classrooms, on farms and along the 5 roads of our communities, the peace that citizens enjoy is the habits of a vigilance kept far from public view, often at the cost of everything a person holds dear. I have joined you today with a profound sense of national duty to celebrate the Nigeria Army Day celebration that carries within it the African Land Forces Forum, proudly hosted by the Nigerian Army here in the vibrant garden city of Port Harcourt.
Speaking at the grand finale, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, said the military's responsibility goes beyond battlefield victories. The Army Chief highlighted efforts to strengthen operational effectiveness through improved capabilities while appreciating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his continued support.
We continue to invest in training, intelligence, and modern equipment, while deepening collaboration with sister security agencies. Our ongoing modernization efforts and community engagement initiatives have also aimed to strengthen public trust and further enhance the effectiveness of our operations, ensuring that the safety and security of every Nigerian. The leadership of the Nigerian Army remains committed to improving welfare, training, and general administration. In this regard, the construction of phase 2 of Bola Ahmed Tinubu Barracks, as well as ongoing large-scale renovation projects in barracks across all commissions, are testament to the leadership's resolve to improve the welfare of our troops.
The colorful event featured a military parade, tactical demonstrations, and exhibitions showcasing the Nigerian Army's growing technological capabilities and operational readiness.
She dodged it, and now she's to the ground. Or defeat, or winners emerged.
The Nigerian Army says it remains focused on professionalism, innovation, and collaboration in addressing Nigeria's evolving security challenges. Elizabeth Thanko, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Welcome back. Yes, during the week, an officer, an air officer, Nigerian Air Force officer, squadron leader Ezenyi, launched a book on Masters of Ceremony, and it was quite an impressive one because for the armed forces to look at the issues of public speaking is very important. And Security Watch Africa, Lucy Tao was there, and she brings us the report.
Of great minds in a glamorous ceremony to launch the book titled The Master of Ceremonies Handbook, a step-by-step guide to excelling in event hosting and public speaking, written by Squadron Leader Festus Ezenyi. The special guest of honor, the Chief of the Air Staff, CAS, Air Marshal Sunday Anyeke, represented by Air Vice Marshal Samson Eyikosi, stressed the need for effective communication as a component of military leadership.
Every public engagement, briefing, ceremony, and official event presents an opportunity to reinforce public confidence in our institution through effective and well-packaged strategic communication.
The CAS added that beyond the aircraft, platforms, and operational capabilities, the effectiveness of the Nigerian Air Force was also reflected on how it communicates its mission.
At first glance, a handbook on event hosting and public speaking may appear far removed from the business of air power. However, this is not so, because effective communications remains a critical component of military leadership and operational success.
There were goodwill messages from top military personnel and well-wishers.
I am particularly delighted that one of our own, Squadron Leader Festus Chike Ezenyi, has transformed years of practical experience into a comprehensive handbook that will serve as a valuable piece for masters of ceremony, public speakers, protocol officers, public relations practitioners, event managers, students, and professionals across diverse sectors.
The book reviewer, Air Vice Marshal Edward Ganquet, who was represented by Group Captain Ruth Bello, stressed the importance of a manual on public speaking.
Permit me to start with laying down a profound truth. Every memorable event is remembered not by the speeches delivered or the guest presence, but for the quality of the communication. And at the heart of the success of every event is the master of ceremony, who provides directions, maintains order, inspires confidence, and connects every segment of the program, weaving them into a seamless experience. The master of ceremony is much more than someone who announces speakers. He is somebody that sets the bridge between organizers and the events.
The author, squadron leader Festus Ezeanyi, appreciated all who made it to celebrate with him while speaking on the book.
The ability to communicate effectively and manage ceremonies professionally remains an invaluable skill. This handbook provides practical guidance drawn from my years of experience, observation, study, and professional engagement. Our sponsors, supporters, friends, and members of the organizing committee, your mentorship, encouragement, goodwill, and contributions have made today's event possible.
Lucy Tawo reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Come join us as we celebrate Africa's best in governance, security, safety, transportation, hospitality, environmental stewardship, and people empowerment at the 19th Africa Security Watch Awards this July 21st to 23rd, 2026 at the iconic Sir Dawuda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center, Banjul, The Gambia. His Excellency Adama Barrow, GMRG, President of the Republic of the Gambia, will lead other esteemed personalities to grace the event. His Excellency Pastor Umo Eno, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, will deliver the awards lecture and receive an award. Other award winners are the South African National Defense Force, General Christopher Gwabin Musa, the Kenyan Navy, Honorable Gregory Coleman, Inspector General of Police, Liberia, and others. Let's celebrate Africa's finest and honor outstanding achievements across the continent. Africa Security Watch Awards, celebrating security and safety excellence in Africa.
Welcome back. We have in the studio with us to look briefly on two very important issues. Briefly, the rescue of the girls in Oyo State, the children of Oyo and their teachers in Oyo State, and also the Nigerian Army Day celebration, how he feels. I don't know, these two happened the same week. How will you sum up your view about those two incidents?
Well, I would say that it's a week of good news, a week of goodness for the Nigerian nation. You know, first and foremost, when you see your chief security architecture in the form of the Nigerian Army, organizing a Nigerian Army Day celebration, NATCEL 2026, reviewing their activities, submitting themselves to public scrutiny, in some way, and then also letting the general public see what they've been up to in terms of personnel improvement, equipment and hardware improvement, and then general methodology enhancement. So I think it's something that is worth commending for us in Nigeria, and it should be a source of joy and excitement for the average Nigerian. Then, with regards to the heroic activity that was reported yesterday, where the 44 pupils and their teachers were rescued yesterday by a combined team of practically all the security forces, personnel, infrastructure in Nigeria. I mean, it is something to be celebrated, because I want to believe that this is the first time in our history that such a hostage-taking situation or a hostage-taking event has been successfully, how do I put it? There was no collateral damage. There was no, I believe there was some sort of negotiation, discussions and all of that, but it's a classic, something, the kind of things we watch in movies, you know, happening in Nigeria. I would like to commend the entire Nigerian nation for having, you know, for me being alive to witness such a thing. And I would like to, you know, tell the Nigerian people that this is a period for us to celebrate, that our children were returned unharmed. And of course, yes, we had a sorry situation that took place in the early days of that crisis. But we still thank God that relatively nobody else was harmed, and then everybody has returned safely to the arms of their families and loved ones.
Okay. Now, a lot of people have said, okay, you just said at the beginning is your comments that, of course, maybe that is the first time. You know, we know that we have had situations where there have been some rescues and all that.
Yes, well, I was referring to active
it's always
engagement.
very difficult to have a, you know, combat exchange with the distant. But in this situation, these people realize that there's no way they can fight the forces that were facing them, and they had to let go and all that. Going forward, that is where our focus should be now. What do you think? How can we build on this success? Because we should not just celebrate. We shouldn't just celebrate this alone. We should build on this to see how, if it happens in future, and there's still many Nigerians that are left in captivities, what do you think should be done?
Well, our biggest challenge as a nation across all sectors, both civilian and non-civilian, military, security and non-military, our biggest challenge as Nigerians is the fact that we know how to relax after we achieve something. We always know how to relax after we have achieved a major milestone. I remember in the days of late former President Muhammadu Buhari, yes, during the Dapchi girls issue, and they were successfully returned. And since then, between that time and now, I do not see any reason why there should be continual, even escalated abductions. It shows that there is a level, there is a degree of seriousness that needs to be tackled. Laxity that needs to be tackled. We are reactive. We are a people that are always reactive to things. We don't like to plan. We don't like investing our minds, our mental energies in planning for the, I don't want to call it the inevitable, but for whatever that could happen. You know, so I think that with what has happened today, this has been one of the major tests of the current administration. And I believe that if we are to tell ourselves the truth, this needs to be built on. The methodology of executing this rescue has to be documented, has to be improved upon. The personnel that were part and parcel of it have to also be trained and retrained in managing hostage crisis. Then the combination of all the security units in our country that made this happen, there has to be a consistency, a focus on making sure that we have an active crisis management or hostage management unit, or whatever the case may be, that combines of all of these units of our security infrastructure and setup, so that these kind of things would be preempted. Because security is local. And that was how they were able to nip this matter in the bud and effect this rescue. So I believe that all the methodologies should be documented. There should be proper debriefing and documentation of everything that happened, so that in the future we won't still have to wait until it happens again, and then the children will spend almost 2 months in captivity, the teachers and all of that. And as well, for those that are still in captivity, I believe that government now has a blueprint on being able to solve this problem. So I don't think they should be told. I don't think they should be encouraged. No, this is your responsibility. Swing into action. Those that are still in captivity in Borno State, those that are still in captivity in other sections of the country, this method works. The only thing you can do is the terrain could be different.
Yeah.
So you tweak the methodologies to fit the terrain and the socio-cultural setup of such, localities, so that we won't have to tomorrow hear another sad incident of such a thing happening. And then let us, be a nation that has documented methodology, consistency. Let's stop being reactive and become have a very proactive security infrastructure to handle and tackle such things.
We'll continue talking this because I can see you have so much to say, but time is not on our side now. I must say thank you so much for your time. But I know maybe next week we are going to elaborate on all this to be able to come out with a better way because this can become a playbook that will assist in executing this. Yes, some of us are aware of what was done over there, but for security information management's sake, we may not devote it to the public. But really, I think we should build on what has been done in this incident of Orire local government in Oyo State. I must say kudos to all our security agencies for doing a yeoman's job. And even though I say thank you for. This has shown that the Nigerian forces can do it.
Yes.
No need bringing in extra
no
force
foreign
from any
help,
other
no
place.
mercenaries, nothing. Yes.
Exactly, because what we're seeing now shows that our local efforts can achieve quantum results.
Yes.
That is where we'll end it for today. If you have enjoyed watching us, join us again next week when we'll bring you another exciting issue or topic of discussion. Until next week, I said, remain blessed and bye for now.